What is up, Rock the Boat Nation? It's your boy Tank back again one more time, coming at you out of a bye week. Oh, I was not here last week, but I'm here this week. And, oh, it's been too long. Because you know something, win or lose, I want to see the boys in powder blue play some ball. Let's get started. We got Cleveland Browns coming up. Let's start this show. Alright, Rock the Boat Nation, you know what it is. It's what's new around Rock the Boat, where I bring you a few articles that you guys can be able to dive into, so you can be able to have a full understanding of what's happening with the Chargers and of course what's happening on Rock the Boat. So let's go ahead and get started. You know, we already have a lot of articles up about this past week, with the report card that was written by MC Boatman, to other daily lightning strikes about the Broncos game and how bad it was, the high fives and low fives, all that good stuff for all you're enjoying. But the ones I'm going to be talking about today are three particular articles. The first one is another daily lightning strike written by Patrick Green, which is Norv Turner soon to be fired. So you already know how this article probably sounds like it's going. It's going to be talking about Norv Turner and the reasons why he will be getting fired this season. At the end of the season, he will be let go of his job. It's the fact that we cannot produce. We cannot produce under him. What else can we say about that? He had more than enough time to make a Super Bowl contending team. Has he done it? No. So yes, that's the article called Daily Lightning Strike, Norv to soon be fired. Check it out. And the other one is another daily lightning strike, also written by Patrick, where it says, what does the future hold for the Chargers, where we talk about Kading and how he's on the injury reserve, how he picked up another receiver, and Alexander, I believe his name is, and other things that, like, what will happen with the Chargers if we make certain moves, like, for instance, Kading getting released. Would that be a bright new future for us, since he was our best kicker, but he just can't get it done in the post? And picking up this new wide receiver who's a tall receiver, will that be able to help Rivers out? Regardless or not, the Chargers are looking to have a different future after this season. Something's going to change, and hopefully it's for the good. But you know, any other change is always a dark way, and then eventually you will see the light. That's my little philosophical approach to this whole team. Anyways, check out the article, Daily Lightning Strike, written by Patrick Green. And let's move on to our third article. And we all know what's coming up this Sunday around the grid, the Cleveland Browns, written by David Medina. He gives a nice little breakdown of what the Browns have to show for us. And of course, you know, they have rookies starting all over the place, a young team, really young team. We have Whedon, we have Trent Richardson, we have Little, we have all these guys who are Gordon, who's another receiver that Whedon always hits up. You know, one of the cool things about this is that we're going over to Cleveland and that we have a good chance of winning. But when we win, it all depends on how the Chargers do if they play all four quarters, because that's been our biggest problem. We don't play all four quarters. But anyways, they have a pretty good defense as well. A lot of their defense most of the time keeps them in the game, a lot of the times. But of course, I feel like Chargers are still the more talented team, but it doesn't matter if we can't play all four quarters. Anyways, around the grid, the Cleveland Browns, Dave Medina, he put up a really good article. I think if you have any questions about anything that the Cleveland Brown has, read the article and he should be able to answer those questions. If not, then just leave a comment below and we can get to them as soon as possible. Alright guys, that was what's new on Rock the Boat. Let's move on to the next section. Alright guys, and now in this section, we have the weekly picks, where I pick the best team or the best game of the week and the worst game of the week. So let's go ahead and start with the worst game of the week, which I have Green Bay versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had Green Bay beating the Jaguars upsettedly. I guess that's the word to put it. The fact that Aaron Rodgers, knowing what he's been going through lately, which is not too much, but the fact that people have been giving him a lot of heat for not being a leader. Well, I guarantee you Aaron Rodgers will lead this team this Sunday and beat the Jaguars bad, real bad. But the game I'm looking forward to, my best matchup of the week is going to be Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Why? Because I'll let you guys know a little later on in the show why. But for reals, I have the Dolphins edging this one out. Why? Because I just don't like the Jets personally. Just don't like them. But yeah, I think this is a good matchup. The fact that there's a few players that just do not like each other on there. Reggie Bush, Antonio Cromartie, you know, those guys, some reason, both of those guys do not like each other. Maybe the fact that Reggie Bush got his knee busted up. But no, like I said, I'm going to talk about that a little later. There's an article about that. Anyways, those are my 2 picks. If you guys got your own picks, let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to know what they are. And if you think my picks are the perfect ones, let me know about that too. And that would have been your weekly picks. Let's move on to the next section. And in other news, what we have around the NFL, I picked articles I really think stuck out to me. And this tags along with the weekly pick and why I picked the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. The fact that this article right here it perked my interest up a little bit. And that's to do with our own favorite Charger in the whole wide world, Antonio Cromartie, the man with a bunch of kids, with a bunch of women. People love him, people hate him. Me personally, I can care less about him. He's not the type of player I see reflects the Chargers. But anyways, he ain't with the team no more. But they had an article up on NFL.com that kind of talked about, it was him saying stuff that he just appalled about what Reggie Bush said. And the article is, Antonio Cromartie rips Reggie Bush for a Revis comment, because Bush said that Revis, it was karma for what happened to him. Antonio Cromartie said that it was unprofessional. And coming from Antonio Cromartie, if he says it's unprofessional, knowing how unprofessional he is, that must mean it really must be unprofessional. But regardless or not, I still feel Miami is going to win this. And honestly, Reggie Bush he had nothing he can't say anything too much either, but he did. Antonio Cromartie is like, this is pretty much what he said. I'll find this quote real quick. All right, he says, this is Antonio Cromartie. I'm not going to say what I really want to say about Reggie Bush. But then, of course, he proceeds to say anyways. He says this: it's football and injuries are going to happen. But for him to come out and say something like that, I mean, to me, it's unprofessional. Unprofessional. There we go again. He's saying he's unprofessional. And at the same time, it's not showing any kind of sportsmanship at all. So, I mean, I really could care less. Yes, I want to see this matchup. I want to see if Antonio Cromartie really doesn't care, he won't do it in the Reggie Bush. But I guarantee you, he will do something to Bush. He will make sure you get the extra oomph in there. But this has been your other news. Let me know what you guys think about Antonio Cromartie, because some of you Charger fans probably have a little bad taste in your mouth about him. Let me know, because I don't not like the guy at all, be personally with you. But hey, he might be the king of sportsmanship for all I know, but he ain't really. That's another news. Let's go ahead and move on to our very last section. Alright guys, this is the wrap up. I'm about done here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We had a pretty interesting bye week. The fact that we had a Stickum controversy, you know, I wasn't going to hit too much on it, but I might say one thing though. If we did use Stickum, then yes, we deserve everything that happens to us. But if we didn't, I hope not, because we do need another first-round pick to really help our team out, and we can't afford to lose we can't afford to lose a first-round pick. We can afford to lose fines. But in my opinion, this falls on general manager terms for this, and so I feel like if anything happens and it's true what happens, general manager AJ Smith, his job should be on the line, and of course everybody else who's in upper management as well. Alright guys, this is the wrap up. We have a game tomorrow morning. If you guys can check it out, it should be an interesting game. I hope the Chargers win. We need to win this to stay first place in the AFC West. Let's go Chargers, rock the boat nation. You know where it's at. It's your boy Tank, and I will talk to you guys after the game.